Ghost stories always have a true foundation somewhere. Some of the stories and tales might be mostly made up. Some have been modified and transformed throughout the years, and some of them are right down through and terrifying. Some people do have special abilities to pick up extrasensory activity that goes on in some places that have had a history of violent deaths, curses, and plain suffering. Many of these locations are near us, regular looking houses, hotels, factories, lands, rivers. Paranormal activity doesn't cease to exist. It might be harmless, repetitive, and in some cases, it might even turn violent and extremely scary for the person experiencing it. In my many years of experiences, I have a place that sets itself apart from all the others. The feeling of spider webs falling off on you when there is nothing. Very bright flashes of light coming out of nowhere. We investigated as this would happen to several people and not just me. As this was a very old creepy house, it did not have anything that could have produced such an intense energy release in a flash of light. Sometimes the doors would open and close in front of your eyes. In most occasions though, it would happen when you were in the room and you would not notice up until the door would slam, making you question about what was going on. The stained glass inside the house wouldn't help either. Sometimes you would see someone standing on the other side watching you. And personally, you would think that it was the other coworker, but you would only see the other coworker coming from the other side of the house, making you question who was standing there. In one occasion, we witnessed a very tall man standing facing away from the other side of the stained glass, wearing what you could say was an elegant suit. This caused, of course, my coworker to freak out, and the next day she never came back. Photographs taken inside the house would mostly always reveal weird, strange orbs of light, odd shapes, and some occasions it would reveal very bright red orbs, making me come to the conclusion that this very tall man might be something more than a regular ghost or spirit. I had nerves of steel though for this kind of stuff, and so I would sit in the darkness trying to see something, catch a glimpse, or just hear an odd noise. There was always a very strange silence in this house. I witnessed on many occasions a very bright white mist floating outside of the patio, and sometimes inside the house. Many of us witnessed this, and most people would just freeze and get completely scared and quit, as it was expected. Whenever we would sleep in the house, this energy would creep into our dreams, making most of us to have very odd, very scary dreams where you would feel paralyzed and not able to scream for help, terrorizing you. Many skeptics came into the house hearing the stories, making fun about it and mentioning that stuff like that doesn't happen at all. And most of us, if not all of those skeptics, ended up leaving the house scared, quitting, and never coming back. Many of these strange events follow me personally after I left that place, from strange situations in my own home to other persons' homes that I would frequent, and also dreams where I would be seeing the house in the background and I would see people inside the windows waving at me, calling me back in. I frequent this house to this day sometimes to go visit, and the odd silence is always there. The weird energy surrounding the house and the feeling of being watched by many people never goes away. This place was and is still one of the most haunted locations that I have ever been in, and the strange thing is that whenever I go in, I feel a very odd peace. I miss the place and I feel like I get recharged spiritually. There are many things we don't understand and probably never will. Sometimes it's better to leave things untouched. Whenever we get faced with situations like this, it just makes us realize that the universe is all about energy. We are energy, and we live as energy, and even after death, we still remain energy.